Gemini, welcome to your reading. Trying a new place if you've ever seen any of my readings, because it's very hot where I've been already very early in the morning. It's very hot and I'm worried the camera and myself are going to overheat. So we're going to do a 4-card reading for you, 5-card reading with some extras, and it's setting your North Compass, how to get yourself set. And you see this reading. So you in the idea of setting your North Compass, we've got the 10 of Wands. You might feel a little bit overburdened. You might feel as if what needs to happen. It's interesting because Gemini, it's a new moon, and I think it's in your sign, and here's a new moon above this guy who's actually looking rather blithely, easily carrying these 2 bundles of wands, but really it means being quite obsessive. So maybe enjoy all the work and enjoy all of the obsession, but nonetheless you are a little bit overburdened, and this new moon might be a time of resetting your passions or something like that. So your core skills that you've got to support you, oh nice, in this setting your North Compass, we've got the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Wands. So the core skills are that you like to move things forward, that you've got an ability to understand when things have, you like to take action to move your life forward. I mean, that you like change, and that you have a very sort of dynamic way of thinking about things. You're quite an entrepreneurial, you're good at focusing on your needs. You're probably very good at looking after yourself in some way. So that's really, really good core skills. Another 10, we know, because we've got the 10 of Wands, and then the Wheel of Fortune is a 10. So the sense of completion, maybe this new moon really is a new time for you, of a new cycle starting. So then the next question, oh, I've got the cards from there, is what you might want to let go of at this time. Yeah, it's this one. Is the Prince of Pentacles, trying to learn new things, being the eternal student, seeing yourself as quite young, being very diligent. It's a different energy. It might be quite consistent, and so therefore you don't want to let go of what you do normally. Now, this is how to set your North Compass. We've got the Strength. Here we've got a woman putting her hand in the mouth of the lion. Strength says, deal with the unconscious, the hidden, the bits of yourself that you're not so sure about, in order to make a move forward. Right, this is where this new setup is a bit interesting, because I've got a bench with huge slats, so they are going to fall through. And where it's all going, the 10 of Pentacles. Wow, Gemini, the third 10, just to emphasize it. This is amazing. So what we're hearing here, so I'm just going to look at it as an overall. We've talked through the general principles. Is we've got these 3 10s, the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Torches, which is where you're at now, a bit obsessive, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is great. It's like wealth, security, and in this particular one, very rested. It's like all the coins are just sort of falling down towards the person with the laurel leaves, you know, like a road, making them come towards this rested figure. This feels quite considerable time for you. So, you know, there is a sense of completion and new beginnings, but also sort of that you're going to be reaping all of the hard work that you've put in, because it's 10 is culminative. It's like what you've done before is coming back to roost. So this is really lovely energy. I'm going to add some capping cards with the how to set your North Compass. I'm just going to see if anything jumps out with this one. What's that round here? Oh, we've got some chimes above us, so that when it's windy, that's what you're hearing. She's got a necklace. The lion's actually got its paw quite strongly on her leg and doesn't look that relaxed, but she looks incredibly relaxed. So it's staying calm, I think, in the face of things that might be a little bit fraught, and not losing your cool. Right, let's add some cards to this. What have we got here? We'll get some Rider-Waite. As I said, we're trying not to drop them all over the floor. So, talk to us about this time of change, how Gemini might set their North Compass. Is there anything you want to highlight here for us? I'm going to put my dress like that so it catches them. Oh, the Knight of Pentacles. keep going, be steady. You know how to look after things. A very important person to me is Gemini, and he is a very Knight of Pentacles. I have a very strong relationship with this card in relation to him, and I absolutely love it because of that. The Knight of Pentacles can look after things, can do the consistent action. It's slow and steady action. So all the Knights are action, but Knight of Pentacles is slow. Look at how slow and stopped that horse is. Not going anywhere, but he's about to plant that pentacle, and he will do what he needs to do consistently to get things where they need to be. Very grounded, so it's sort of emphasizing that grounded energy, because we've got quite a lot of fire here, although it goes very well with your Ten of Pentacles, which is what coming, oh, and the Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, so whoever I'm reading for is probably quite grounded. And then Death and the Two of Swords, so it's sort of saying to me, there's a rebirth coming. You've got to take the decision to let this happen, to embrace it. Even though you're steady and wonderful and you can look after everything, now is the time to allow some of this more fiery energy in, and then start tending to whatever else you bring into your life again, if you see what I mean. There'll be a new cycle, so allow that to take place. Right, let's pull one of these. And then we'll get an oracle card at the end. It's going to be quite short, this one. What have we got here? So, any comment on Gemini is wonderful, full of tens, completions in this new moon energy. We've got the Knight of Cups, and this one's sticking out as well, and the King of Wands again. So, double King of Wands, King of Ride the Bastoni, it's an Italian deck. See how these two compare to each other. Well, this King of Wands can totally consumed. The face is totally fire, and most of the body, and there's a cheetah in the background. That's interesting. That is interesting. So normally, the Queen of Wands has cats. In these two separate decks, both of the illustrators have chosen to use King of Wands with cats. So we've got the cheetah in the background there, and we've got these sort of more domesticated looking cats here. Cats with the Queen of Wands talk about intuition, and here the cheetah speaks about fast, so very quick, intuitive minds. But of course, I'm seeing it very clearly because it relates to how do you set your North Compass, by dealing with this maybe fierce intuition, maybe fierce ability to understand other people's unconscious or your own, maybe this sense of that being a very loud voice. And I think with the double King of Wands, both of them having a cat, which is unusual in both of these decks, even though the Queen of Wands always does. I think we're being told that your passion and that your ability to be very statesmanlike and king, because the king will always do what's right for him, even though he's looking after other people, but the King of Wands in particular is quite selfish. He's focused on what he needs. So despite all of this unconscious, your own and other people's stuff coming up, you can metabolize that and hold your own. Hold your course. You don't get thrown by it. It doesn't take you away from what your mission is, which I love. And then with this other card, the Knight of Cups, to go with your Knight of Pentacles, is saying this is a mission of love. There's a lot of action here, actually. And I'm pleased to see some cups coming in. And this one's got a stalk, and she's about to take off on it with her cup held high. Look at how vital that bird is. And they look so excited. It's a kind of really exciting mission. Is it a crane? The crane feels quite lucky in Chinese mythology anyway. Something really lovely and action-filled that's coming to you. Yeah, but you are going to have to take that decision to walk through that door, because we've got that Two of Wands there. So let's get you a final. Oh, it pushed the strength underneath the bench. If I need to get it to show you, which is how you set your North Star, I will. But at the moment, I'm going to stay on the reading. Moon dance. How lovely. So it's a woman on tiptoeing on a line with 3 little birds holding a moon aloft. Let's have a look. We've got the book here, and what number is it? Number 4. Daring, balance, easiness, adventure and perspective. There is a big sense of adventure in this reading. There's a sense of the knights pushing forward, the 2 kings, this wheel of fortune being pushed forward by yourself. Even with the steadiness of the Prince of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, it's a balance of steady and vibrant and daring. Look at the girl balancing on the rope, waltzing with the moon. She is dancing through life. To be this confident is a gift you should be aware of and treasure. Be brave and adventurous. Get out of your comfort zone and see life from a different perspective. If you maintain a balance between levity and lightheartedness, you can stay above the everyday noise that threatens to bring us down. Feel the night breeze in your hair and adventure in your soul. Yeah, I love it. It's just saying, we know you're steady, we know you're good at looking after things, but this is your moment with this new moon to sort of spread your wings somewhat. There's something new coming, and it's going to be a really fertile period with that 10 of Wands that you're going towards. Adventure means bringing up all sorts of fear often for some people, and also fear. Other people feel frightened if you go into adventurous mode because you're changing the status quo. But we can see that you can cope with that because you've got your strength, which deals with the sort of wilder nature things and shows your strength of character. And then we've got these 2 King of Wands who are both with their wild cats as well. So you are not perturbed by those feelings, and you're going to be off on a new adventure. Set some good intentions tonight. See you again.